Hey everybody, welcome back. I decided to come down here in the shade. It's pretty hot today. We're going to do something very simple and we're going to make pesto. So I have an electric skillet that I have out here. I've got it pre-warmed, and what I have here is some walnuts and some sesame seeds, about 1/4 to 1/3 cup, and I'm going to sprinkle those in the pan, and I am going to let them brown, toast up, release some natural oils. I've got a little bit of garlic just to give it a little garlic taste. Well, that's warming up. I'll trim up this garlic. So with this pesto, these ramps are pretty strong, so you don't need many of them. And for the pesto, I use the leaves of the ramps. Oh yeah, it's humming. I can't hold it there for 5 seconds. So what I'm going to do now is pick a few prime leaves. I'm going to dry them up and I'm going to slice them up. I'm going to dry them off a little. Water and oil didn't mix and we're making pesto. So I've got, I don't know, let's see, 8 to 10 leaves. Oh yeah, I can smell those walnuts and those sunflowers. I'll turn the heat off. I'll cut up our leaves into about 1-inch piece dices to give our blender a little love and help them out. Take that clove of garlic. Now for the blender, let's put the olive oil in first. A little olive oil. Start with about 2 or 3 tablespoons. We'll take our 8 to 10 ramp leaves. Our garlic. Now we'll take our toasted walnuts, sesame seeds. I didn't have any pine nuts, so thought I'd get some other nuts that we did have. I've got a half a large lemon. Some more olive oil. Cover because nobody wants to wear it. Yummy. Scrape down the sides. Touch more olive oil. Don't want to waste any. So let me show you the consistency. Kind of looks like guacamole. So what I like to do, take a ice cube tray, make little cubes, freeze them, put them in a Ziploc bag. Being that it's so concentrated, that amount right there is easily 5 pasta meals. Or on top of your salmon. I think I'll do that. I think I'll make a salmon dinner because I like to bake my salmon with pesto on top and then Parmesan cheese. This will be a good substitute. We'll put this in the freezer for a little while. Freeze them up, put them in Ziploc bag. Yummy, yummy for my tummy. Hola! The second dish, the second accoutrement I would like to make is compound butter. Really don't need much leaves at all for the compound butter. I've got 4 here. 4 nice looking bunny hairs. Uh-oh. Making a mess of the joint. I just stuck myself with a knife. Do that in slow motion. No blood, don't worry. I didn't cut myself. Alright, I'm gonna add that to my blender. Alright, my butter's melted. 1 stick. Get the spatula. You don't want to miss any of the goodness. So far we've added 4 ramp leaves, a handful of basil, just a little bit of basil, and warm butter. Put the cover on tight, hold it down, start on low. Get it cranking. Weight down the sides. It's got a beautiful color to it also. Yeah, if you don't like onions, you're not gonna like ramps. Look at that vibrant color. Smells so good. What I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna put it in a bowl when it starts to congeal, and I know it's not too warm for a plastic bag. I'll put it in a plastic baggie, Ziploc, and then I'll roll it into a roll and put it in the freezer. One stick of ramp butter. That's number 2 thing I like to do with my ramps. Shall we keep on going? I think so. The 3rd way I like to do my ramps is on the barbecue grill. I got a baker's dozen, 13. I'm gonna dry those leaves off. I've washed them, cleaned them. It's kind of marinate them in some oil, some salad dressing, regular olive oil, salt, whatever you'd like. I just have some balsamic vinegar. Might as well use the whole thing. What I'm gonna do, fire up the barbecue grill. When that gets real hot, we'll lay them on the barbecue grill. Number 4 on the list, ramp scampi. I've got 1/3 of a box of pasta right here. I have some salted boiling water right there. So I've got the pasta in the water. Let me set my timer for 9 minutes. Get that pasta stirred around in there so it doesn't stick together. I have a smaller half of a large onion. I have to cook with onion just about everything. I know I'm making scampi, ramp scampi, but I gotta have my regular sweet onions in there also. Okay, so what I'm doing is I've got the bulbs on direct heat. I've got the greens on the indirect heat. I've got it front and back on low. There's our 9-minute timer. Pat of butter, my onions. So my fourth recipe, ramp scampi, I put a half a large onion, and now I have 12.5 bulbs. 12, 14 bulbs, not quite 12.5. I'll take 4 or 5 bulbs at a time, cut them like I do my onion. Now I've got my ramps, my onions, sauteing nicely. I'm going to run over to the grill. I'm going to turn over my ramps on the grill. They've charred up nicely. Oh, they smell excellent. This is probably my favorite way of making them. I tell you, it was a beautiful day today. Southern Maine. Awesome. Okay, back to the ramp butter. It's starting to congeal in the bowl. I'm going to put it, I don't have any quart bags, so I'll put it in a gallon bag. That'll be good on some steak, pork chops, mashed potatoes. Take your spatula, squish it down to the bottom, roll it up, leave the air so the air can come out. Go put it in the freezer. All right. Let's finish this dish up. A little tiny bit of salt. I love ground pepper, so I'm going to add a lot. Some fresh basil on top. So to plate it up. Get a little of that scampi sauce. Sprinkle a little fresh basil over the top of it. A little Parmesan, a little olive oil. One thing I always like on my scampi is some capers. Finish it off with a squeeze of lemon. I'm gonna garnish our plate with some ramp bulbs, some leaves, ramp scampi, my fourth final dish, with capers and fiddleheads, foraged fresh from the Maine woods. Now for what I've been waiting for. Fiddlehead with some wild ramps. Oh, those ramps are delicious. That is a home run. I'm trying to get a little of the charred leaves in there. Let's try a mouthful of that. Get a little of everything in this bite. Oh my gosh, yes. All right, you guys, open wide. Worth every minute of it. Worth the drive up there, worth the hike in the woods, worth the shower getting the ticks off me, worth the processing time. Nothing but fresh food. There's so much flavor in that. So there we have it. Ramps, 4 different ways. Pesto, made into ice cubes so I can take them out, melt it, put it on top of my salmon and bake it with a little Parmesan cheese on top. Second was compound butter with ramp leaves. Third was grilled ramps on the fireplace on the barbecue grill. 4 was ramp scampi with pasta. My favorite of them all. All right, guys. Take care.